Looping through arrays in Imba is super easy. We can use the for keyword, and I have an array here of habits, strings representing the names of different habits. So we'll say for habit in habits. And then I'm just going to do console.log habit. So this is a for loop. We're looping through the variable habits. Habit is a name that we're choosing that's going to represent each item in the array as it loops through. And then I'm logging that value here. So let's open up the console, and we can see our list of habits is printed out. Super easy syntax for looping through an array. We can also add a comma here and then add another variable name for the index of each iteration. So we could maybe log that as well, habit and index. So we see clean 0, run 1, study 2 in the console. Let's change this to a string and we'll interpolate these values. So I'll put index +1 colon habit. Okay, so now we have a nice numbered list. Next, I want to show you that Imba has a really easy way to loop a specific number of times. We can do that using what's called a range. So just like before, we're going to create a for loop, and this time I'm going to say for num in, and then I'm going to put something that looks like an array, and this sort of generates an array on the fly for us that we can loop through. And I'm going to say 0 dot 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 5. That means a range from 0 up to 5. And it will not include 5. It's going to go 5 times starting from 0. Then we'll say console.log num. And in the console, you'll see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 iterations of this loop. A really easy way to loop a specific number of times. And you could put different numbers here. We could start from 2 and go up to 5. These could be variables. So it's pretty flexible. Okay, I've pasted in a challenge so that you can try using Imba's loop features. What I want you to do is print out 3 days worth of this little habit worksheet. So it has a header that says day 1, and then it has 3 rows printing out each of the habits from our habits array. And they start with a little checkbox made with these square brackets. And then it prints out day 2, same 3 habits, and then day 3, same 3 habits. The idea is that you're printing out like a worksheet where you can check these off each day. So go ahead, give that a try. Use the loops that we learned to try to create this little worksheet. All right, here's how we can do that. We'll say for num in 0 dot 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 3. That's going to be to loop through our 3 days. So I'll say console.log day num +1 because it's going to be starting at 0. And we'll just check in the console that we've got day 1, day 2, and day 3. Now nested within here, we're going to say for habit in habits, console.log, and we'll have a string where we put in these square brackets to represent a little checkbox. And then we'll use string interpolation to put in the value of habit. And there we go. We've got our little habits worksheet.